Good morning all. In this video, we shall discuss the differential amplifier DC transfer characteristic. Here, the transfer characteristic curve shows the differential input voltages VD and the collector current IC1 and IC2, and it is mainly used to study the large signal behavior of a differential amplifier. That is, it is used to identify the range of differential input voltages over which my circuit is going to operate in a linear region. Here left side the circuit shows a BJT differential pair configuration where the transistor Q1 and Q2 are considered to be identical and a batched transistor where emitter of both the transistors are tied together and given to a constant current source where the other end of the constant current source is being connected to the negative of my supply voltages and the collector of both the transistors are being connected to the positive of my supply voltages through the collector resistance RC where both the resistance are going to be taken to be a same value and the input of this differential amplifier is going to be applied to the base of the transistor Q1 and Q2. Now let us see the analysis of a differential amplifier. So let us take the relationship between collector current and base emitter voltage of both the transistors are given by IC1 is equal to Is into e power VB1 divided by Vt and IC2 is equal to Is into e power VB2 divided by Vt where Is will give the reverse saturation current of a transistors and VB is nothing but base emitter voltage and Vt will be the voltage equivalent of the temperature. Since we are assuming both the transistors to be a matched one and both the transistors have been operating at the same temperature, we can take the coefficient of a reverse saturation current is same for both the transistors. Now let us assume the total constant current source or the total current of a transistors can be written as sum of the two collector currents. In case we are neglecting the base current equal to 0, IQ can be written as IC1 plus IC2. If we substitute the equation 1 and 2 in equation 3, we can get the total constant current source or total IC quiescent current IQ can be written as Is into e power VB1 divided by Vt plus e power VB2 divided by V2. Okay, now we are going to take the ratio between IC1 to IQ and IC2 to IQ. So we already know what is the equation for the IC1. IC1, if we divide that one with the IQ, IC1 is given by Is into e power VB1 divided by Vt divided by Is into this term. From the both terms, Is will get cancelled and if we bring the numerator to the denominator, we'll be getting the ratio of IC1 divided by IQ can be written as 1 divided by 1 plus e power VB2 minus VB1 divided by VT. And the same thing similarly for the ratio between your IC2 divided by IQ can be written as 1 divided by 1 plus e power minus VB2 minus VB1 divided by VT. These two equations are used to draw the DC transfer characteristic of a differential amplifier. That is, it shows the relation between your collector current and the input differential voltage, that is your VD. From the differential amplifier circuit, we know that the formula for the differential input voltages, which is given by VD is equal to VB2 minus VB2. So VB1 minus VB2. So if we substitute in the place of this as VD, since we know that here we are getting VB2, so we are going to take a minus outside. So this IC1 divided by IQ term can be written as IC1 equal to IQ divided by 1 plus e power minus Vd divided by Vt and IC2 can be written as IQ divided by 1 plus e power plus Vd divided by Vt. So these two equations shows a relation between IC1 and Vd. From these two equations we can tell that the equation 7 and 8 are describes the a basic collector voltage characteristic of a differential amplifier. Here the figure shows a DC transfer characteristic of a BJT differential amplifier where the x-axis shows various values of the differential voltages and the curve, the solid line shows a IC2 by IQ curve and IC1 by IC2 curve has been shown by the solid line. From this curve, we can differ that the gain of the differential amplifier will be proportional to the slope of the transfer curve. This transfer curve above the point Vd is equal to 0. This is the point where we get Vd is equal to 0. And one more thing is that if suppose the magnitude of my Vd increases, that is if it is keep on increasing or it becomes sufficiently larger, then now from the transfer characteristic curve it is clear that all the current IQ will goes to one transistor. That is, one of my transistors is going to be in operating condition. The other transistor is going to be in a turn off. So here it shows that if my magnitude of my VD increases, then I'm getting a maximum value of IC1 current, whereas I'm getting a IC2 current to be equal to zero condition. That is, my transistor Q1 is going to be operated and my transistor Q2 will goes to a turn is going to be in a off condition. At the same time, if the magnitude of Vt takes a negative value, if the Vt decreases, then maximum, the transistor Q2 is going to be in a maximum value and the transistor Q1 is going to be in a turned off condition. Thank you.